So let's go over midterm. So the first part of the test is going to be calculator active. So you can use your calculator. This is going to cover units 1 through 4. So this test could have anything from the beginning of the year to now. So you got to be ready for all of that. Ma ran a 2-mile trail once a week in preparation for an upcoming race. Here are Ma's times rounded to the nearest minute. Use this information to answer questions 1 through 2. So if I'm determining the median, mean, interquartile range, first of all, you need to make sure you understand what median, mean, and IQR are. Your median is what? The middle number. Put it right here. Make your notes. Median is the middle number. Okay. Mean, remember that's the average. Add them all up. Divide by how many numbers. And then the IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So we're going all the way back to unit 1. Median is easy. However, do not try to find a median if you have not put the numbers in order first. I'm trying to learn how to manage my time better, guys. Like right now, it's SST. I don't have to stay late and record a video because I can use my time wisely. If you were doing like this and you did not do what you were supposed to do and put them in order, your answer would have been 19. But the correct answer is 16. Okay, 16 because that's the number in the middle. Mean, add all the numbers together. So I want to add all my numbers together. So 15 plus 13 plus 19 plus 16 plus 24. Okay, I get 87. Now I have to divide 87 by how many numbers I have. I have 5 numbers. Okay, so I'm going to divide 87 by 5. What? Hold on. All right, 87 divided by 5 is 17.4. If you need a note, your IQR, in order to get IQR, remember you need Q3 and Q1. Q3 and Q1 is the median of the rest of the numbers when you take out 16. So the median of this side and the median of that side. So I'm going to say 13 plus 15, and that's going to give me 28. 28 divided by 2, because I need what's in the middle of those numbers, 14. So my Q1 is 14, okay? 19 plus 24, 43. 43 divided by 2 is 21.5. See how I'm doing? Not the point. 21.5. This is Q3, okay? My formula is Q3 minus Q1. Q3 minus Q1. 21.5 minus 14 is 7.5. I added these two numbers up and divided by 2 to get the number in the middle, okay? That's all. Number 2. Which of the following best describes the median in terms of Ma's running time? So you have to remember that the median is the number in the middle. So my median up here was 16. And read which ones make sense for the median if the median is the number in the middle, okay? The median tells us how spread out the running times were. No, because we're talking about the number in the middle. The median is greatly impacted by extreme data points, so it should not be used to represent Ma's typical running time. Not really, because what we learned is out of the 2 measures of center, mean is the one that's impacted by data points. So median is the one that stays the same. So that doesn't go. Ma's median running time is equivalent to her mean running time, and therefore the data is symmetric. Well, just hold on, because we already found the mean and the median, and they are not equivalent. Half of the running times are less and half are greater. That's median. Okay. This came from unit 4, so we just did this. No, we're not reading all that. Sorry. The data in the graph suggests a linear relationship. Which of the following could represent the regression equation? Remember, regression equation is just line of best fit. Looking at my data points, remember line of best fit is a line that roughly goes in the middle of all of my points. So if I had to guesstimate my line of best fit, it would go something like this. Something like that, right? So let's look. If we're doing process of elimination, remember we did this for the Unit 4 test. Take out which ones don't make sense. If I'm thinking of y equals mx plus b, I need to pay attention to the slope and the y-intercept to decide which one goes. This is a negative slope. So I need my m to be negative. Whatever my correct answer is, m got to be negative. So let's take out anything where the slope is positive. I know I'm not looking there. Now let's look at B and C. The difference between B and C is the y-intercept. Where's my y-intercept? 160. B. That's it. 4. I zoomed in. I wasn't supposed to zoom. Hold on. Using the line of best fit, which of the following best represents the meaning of the slope and vertical intercept in this context? So let's get our line of best fit. So we're going to go to Desmos. I want to hit my plus sign, and I want to hit table. And I'm just going to put all of this in here. So this would be X, Y. Ever forget the Y1 squiggle line, MX1 plus B. Bam. And that's telling me everything I need to know. Once you put this, you should see your correlation coefficient, your slope, and your y-intercept. So my equation or my regression equation for this would be y equals m is 1.48 x plus b 17.37. Okay, so make sure you understand how to do that. The slope represents a starting salary of 17.4. No, because my slope is 1.48. Go ahead and take that one out. The slope represents an increase of 117. No, because my slope is 1.48. The slope represents an increase of 1.5 thousand. Yep. For every additional year of dog walking experience. Okay. The slope represents an increase of 5,000. Where we get 5 from? Gotta be C. Gotta be. These two got the wrong slope. This one got the wrong slope. That's the only one with the right slope. So it's got to be C. Okay. Using only the values in the given table for how many years of dog walking experience does the linear model best predict the annual income? Something about the way I read that don't sound like I read it right, but hold on. Let's go back here. And we want to look at our residuals for this particular table. Okay, because your residuals tell me how good my prediction was in all. We're just going to hit this plot button. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, I want to go to which one was the best prediction. We can see that this one right here is rather close to the line because the line is my prediction. The point is what actually happened. This was the best prediction because it's closer together. Okay, that's 10 and 33. So whenever we had 10, that was my best prediction. And I can look at that using my residuals right here. Okay. So I can see that over here as well. Because all of my residuals are pretty far from the line except 10. 10 is the closest one to the line because it has the smallest residual. Okay. So it's more accurately predicted at 10 years of dog walking experience and it's closest to 0. Okay. What does it mean for the relationship between the variables when the correlation is strong? We was good at this. We was good at this. And Unit 4 should come to us pretty easy because we just finished it. So strong. You only got 2 options. The points either are far from the line or they close to the line. Don't even overthink it. And what does it mean for the relationship to be positive? Remember, positive means as one increases, the other increases. So a positive correlation means both the variables tend to decrease together. A positive correlation means as one variable increases, the other variable increases. A positive correlation means that both variables tend to increase together. There we go. When one variable increases, the other variable increases. Positive. Okay. Are the last 2 sentences of Kayla's statement true? Select the answer. So let's look at the last two sentences. Oh no, that's one sentence. No, that's two sentences. An increase in the number of ice cream sales causes more sunburns. Ice cream should be banned at the beach. What's that word? Causes. Remember, I told you causes is a big word that means a lot. Like the answer best explains why or why not. No, because ice cream sales do not cause more sunburns. This is a causal relationship. No, because if it does not cause, then it wouldn't be a causal relationship. So it's not that one. And we know it's not this one because we already said she can't say that. She can't say that. No, because ice cream sales do not cause more sunburns. There is an association. Remember, association and causation? That's right. There's a relationship between the two or an association between the two, but we cannot say that one causes the other. A new pet food company wants to sell their product online and use, oh Lord, and use social media to promote themselves. To determine whether to use a dog or cat as their mascot, they research the number of people who click on links with an image of a dog or a cat. For parts A and B, circle the choice that best completes each sentence. The measure of variability I would use to compare distributions would be, remember when we're talking about measures of variability, IQR we can see using a box plot. We can see IQR with a box plot. However, these are not box plots. These are histograms. For histograms, we have to use standard deviation. Okay? Standard deviation. Now, here should be easy because your measure of center should match your measure of variability. Standard deviation goes with mean. IQR goes with median. You can see both of these on a box plot. I got a histogram. Okay? Standard deviation for histograms. Mean goes with standard deviation. Put a note. This video gonna be so ghetto. Which of the following best describes a reason why a company may choose to use a dog mascot instead of a cat mascot? So we need to pay attention to our values. Now we've already decided that mean and standard deviation is what we're using to describe this data set. So let's look at it that way. If I'm talking about standard deviation and variability, higher variability means there's more change. There's a lot more changes happening. Dogs has higher variability. Okay. The higher mean is telling me the average. Dogs also have a higher mean. So now we've kind of got an idea of what's going on. So dog, because there are never fewer than 200 clicks. Like 200 would probably be somewhere right here. There's definitely fewer than 200 clicks because I got something going from 0 to 200. So that can't be it. Dog, because the data is less spread out than the cat data. Well, no, because the data is more spread out for dog. So not that one. Dog, because the mean is greater than the mean of cat data. Okay, we got something right there. Let's put a star. Dog, because the standard deviation is higher than the standard deviation for cat data. Now hold on. We want to say, because both of these are true, right? We want to say which one best describes why they would choose the dog. So if I'm talking about standard deviation being higher, that means I have a higher variability, meaning that there's a lot going on. It's a lot of changes going on. We may say dog, we may say cat, who knows? That's not going to be a reason why I would choose that. That's not really helping me choose. If anything, this would help me not choose. But saying that the average is greater is a better reason to say I choose that one. Okay? If that doesn't make sense, ask me in person. Because sometimes without the back and forth, it's just harder to explain. Time management is hard, guys. Okay, so right now, where we at right now? Right now, it is the end of second block, and I'm trying to get as much recorded in 12 minutes as I can. Let's go. So a checking account is set up with an initial balance of $8,200. That's important. Initial balance is important. And $250 is removed from the account each month. Each tells me to multiply, don't forget, for rent. Write an equation whose solution is the number of months M it takes for the account balance to reach $3,700. So all we doing is writing an equation. This going back to unit 2. So if I'm starting with 8,200, because that's my initial balance, we're going to start with 8,200. All right. And then $250 is removed from the account. Remove is subtraction. So minus 250. And we said each tells us to multiply each month. So times M. Lynn's job pays $13.50 an hour. She also gets paid $30 per week, per tells me to multiply, to cover uniform clearing and other expenses. To meet her budget, Lynn needs to be paid at least $300 per week. So we don't really say it, but the key points you need to know is we're talking about a week. So we're only talking about 1 week, meaning that we shouldn't have to multiply the 30 per week because we already know we're talking about 1 week. However, we don't know how many hours. So that's what we need to be multiplying. Okay, and then H represents the number of hours. That's kind of I gotta pee and I can't think of my words. That's like a key to let me know, okay, I know I'm gonna multiply the hours, not the weeks. Okay, so it's $13.50 an hour, meaning each hour. So $13.50 H, okay, and then she gets paid $30 per week. Paid means it's coming to me. I'm adding, right? Plus 30, bam. And I know I need at least $300. At least. That means I can't go less than $300. At least $300. How many hours per week does Lynn need to work to meet her budget? So you got to solve it. Hate to break it to you. Hold on. Because my butt is kind of pressing on my bladder. So here's my equation. I'm going to solve for H. H equals 20. Now, where I messed up is I changed my sign as I was going. So it's supposed to be this. So H is greater than or equal to 20. Okay? Bam. Keep that in mind. Now, Lynn needs to work at least greater than or equal to at least 20 hours. Okay? And it'll be a drop down when you get to this problem. Solve for Y. If solving equations is still an issue, then we need to go back and go to the solving equations video, okay? So if you need to do that, please. All right. I'm going to go pee and I have a meeting. So I'll see you next time I have a free second. What do people even be talking about for real? I just got to get my life together. Leave these meetings alone. For real, lock in. Boom, 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 boom. Listen, that's a lot of reading. When really, we need to look right here. Get it together. We need to look right here. Rank the 4 box plots in order of variability from least to greatest. See how we really didn't even need to read all this? Just read this. Don't wear yourself out. Now, how do we see variability on box plots? We look at the IQR. IQR measures variability. IQR, looking at a box plot, IQR is this space right here. So let's find the IQR of each one of these so we can see, least to greatest variability. IQR is Q3 minus Q1. This Q3 is 58 minus Q1, 55. So my IQR is 3, okay? Bam. This Q3 is 55 minus Q1, 43, 12, okay? Q3 is 61 minus 55, 6. This Q3 is 64 minus 55, 9. Now it's easier for me to rank them least to greatest. IQR tells me my variability. Now I have the IQRs. Least to greatest, 3. Bam. There we go. That was easy. Okay. Consider the equation 2.5x plus 1.5y equals 30. What would be the slope? I cannot answer any of these questions. Well, this is also calculator active, so I'm going to show you both ways. I can't answer any of these questions without solving for y. Okay? Just had a meeting. You know how y'all be looking when, like, I done made y'all mad and now y'all done checked out? That was me. I'm gonna put like a little snippet of the video because I just happened to be recording. I don't know. Sometimes I just be recording just to see myself. So I'm gonna put a snippet of my face during the meeting, bro.
And then these are the questions.
That's why I be laughing at y'all, because really, when the roles are flipped, when I'm the student and it's somebody else up at the front, me and you, we act just alike. Let's be honest. That's why I be trying to get y'all to act better, because I need to act better sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to show you both ways. I'm going to show you how to do it by hand, and I'm going to show you how to do it on Desmos, okay? So I'm going to solve for y. Am I going to speed it up? Yes. So that's the equation. My slope is negative 1.67. If you worked it out and you got negative 5/3, that's fine too. Same thing. Okay? Where would the graph cross the y-axis? Where would the graph cross the x-axis? So all you're doing for that one is plugging in for 0. So you plug in for 0 for x, and then you plug in for 0 for y. Okay? And remember, I'm going to show you how to do it on Desmos too. So I'm going to use my equation right there. Plug in 0 right here. Equals 20 minus 0, 20. 20 right here. And then if I want to see where it crosses the x-axis, I'm going to plug in 0 for y. 6, 7, x. Solve like regular. 12. Okay? And if you didn't get exactly 12, it's because you used the decimal. I divided by 5/3. So it's okay, but 12. Okay? Just so we can have a more specific answer. Now, let me show you how to do it on Desmos. Okay, I get this line. Now, the slope part, you could do rise over run if this makes more sense. So the slope part, if you don't use Desmos, I think the easiest way to do it will be to solve for y. But the intercept parts, if you are confused by the plug-in for 0, put it in Desmos. This is calculator active, so put it in Desmos. My y-intercept is 0, 20. My x-intercept is 12, 0. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do it, whichever one makes more sense to you. This is calculator inactive. So anything from here on out, I need you practicing without Desmos because you won't be able to use Desmos during this part, okay? So a factory produces Teslas and Jeeps. The combined number of Teslas and Jeeps made each day cannot be more than 16. That's important. The maximum number of Teslas is 6. So the maximum amount they can produce in one day is 6. Let X be Teslas and Y be Jeeps. Okay, so all you're going to do is look at these inequalities and decide if they represent the situation. X is less than or equal to 6. First of all, what is X? X is the number of Teslas. What did we say about Teslas and the number 6? This is how I need you processing through this. Okay, so Teslas is X. What they say about 6? They said the maximum number of Teslas they can produce is 6. Okay, so if it's maximum, that means we can't go over 6. We can make 6, but we can't go over 6. So yes. Okay, this is saying we can't make 6. We already said we can, so no. Okay, so that one should be simple. X plus Y is less than or equal to 16. What is X? Teslas. What is Y? Jeeps. And what they say about 16. So let's go back and read. They said the combined number of Teslas and Jeeps cannot be more than 16. Less than or equal to 16? That's cool with us. Yes. Now they just said it cannot be more than 16. No. Can X be greater than 6? Now hold on, because they said the maximum is 6. So no, it cannot be greater than 6. All right? Look at us. This is easy. Here are the graphs of X equals 6 and X plus Y equals 16. Which region represents all allowable numbers? Now, right here, what you have to do is imagine if we made these inequalities, which you don't have to imagine too much because they gave you the inequalities up here. The ones that we said yes to, that's what we need to be paying attention to. We did this. This is unit what? 4? No. This is unit 3. Okay? Inequalities. If it's X is less than or equal to 6, first of all, which one is which? My red line is this one. Remember, if it's just one number, I'm going to have a straight line because X is just 6 and it's crossing at the X axis. Okay? This is the blue line. Imagine if we were to shade. Remember, we were shading. So X is less than or equal to 6. If I'm shading less, I'm going to shade this way, right? Bam. All right. I should have did red and blue. I'll do blue for this. Okay. This is X plus Y is less than or equal to 16. For less than, I shade above or below? Below. So which region represents both of them? B. We'll have a little bit of time during class. This is why I need y'all to do this at home so we can have time in class to cover what you have questions on, okay? Indicate whether each ordered pair represents an allowable combination of Teslas and Jeeps produced in one day. So we have two rules. We got one that says X has to be less than or equal to 6. And then we have another one that says X and Y combined has to be less than or equal to 16. Okay? Whatever we pick right here has to follow both of these rules, not just one of them, okay? So let's do the easiest one first. My X value has to be less than or equal to 6. Any one of them where the X value is not less than or equal to 6, it's a no. So 15, no. 10, no. That's it. So that leaves us with these two. Do this first. Now we only got two options. My other one says my X and my Y, when I add them together, it needs to be less than or equal to 16. 5 plus 5 is 10. Is 10 less than or equal to 16? Yes. 1 plus 15, 16. Is 16 less than or equal to 16? Yes, because it's equal to. Remember the or. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. She starts by rearranging the second equation, so this one, to isolate the y. Y equals 5 minus 1.5x. Then she substituted what she got right here. So when she solved for y right here, they're saying this is what she got. Then she plugged this in for y in the other equation. Okay, so look at what she did. In which step did Lynn write the equation that contained the error? For her step 1, she said she plugged in for y, okay? 6x minus 8. She got this, plug that in, equals 32. Okay, cool. Then when she went to step 2, she brought down the 6x because we didn't do nothing with that. 8 times 5 is 40, so that's fine. Now, if we were to distribute this, which is what she did, we would distribute negative 8 times negative 1.5x. A negative times a negative is a positive. So right here, she went wrong because she didn't say negative times a negative. Step 2. You don't really have to go no farther because you're looking for the first mistake. Now we have to solve them correctly. Work smarter, not harder. They already did have to work for you. So they already did this. So you already got this to plug in for y. Do what they already did. You know she was wrong when she got to step 2, but her step 1 was fine. Okay, boom. And then now I need y. Plug in right here. So I already know that y equals 5 minus 1.5x. All you should be putting in your calculator is 5 minus, oh, you don't have a calculator for this part. My bad. Five minus 6, y equals -1. Determine the slopes of the lines parallel and perpendicular. In order to do this, you have to solve for y. So once you solve for y, you get -5 plus 5x. What's the slope? 5, okay? So let's make a note of that right here. Slope equals 5. Now, remember, parallel is same slope. Perpendicular is the opposite reciprocal. What's the slope of a parallel line? My original slope is 5, so my parallel slope is going to be 5. Okay? My perpendicular, opposite reciprocal, that means not only am I going to flip it, so right now it's 5 over 1, because remember, whole numbers are over 1. 5 over 1 flip is 1/5. But I also have to change the sign. So my perpendicular slope is -1/5. Okay, that's all. The midpoint of segment AB is located at -310. Point A is located at 5, 8. What are the coordinates of point B? So I want you to imagine a line. I have point A and I have point B. And then I have the middle. Midpoint is the middle. This point is at 310. This point is at 5, 8. I want to find this point. Okay, in order to find that point, I need to see how am I getting to the middle. So think about when we're taking, we did it for number 1. Let's go back, bro. Well, think about this. I had my median and I needed to find the number in between 13 and 15. I added 13 and 15. I got 28, and then I took the 28 and divided by 2. And that's how I figured out what number was in the middle of both of these, right? This is asking you the same thing. In order to get it, I have to add both of these points together and divide by 2. But the problem is I don't know this point. And what do I do when I don't know something? I put a variable, okay? So we're going to deal with X's and Y's on 2 different things. So follow me real quick, okay? Point A, my midpoint was -3. I don't know the X, but I'm still going to go through the same process. So I'm going to say 5 plus X. In order to get the middle, I divide by 2. And that is going to give me my X value for the midpoint. -3. So that's how you build that equation, because I'm adding up both my X's and dividing by 2 to get the number in the middle. Now all I got to do is solve for X. Now this tells me that the X coordinate for my B is -11. And that's it for that one. And you do the same thing for Y. 10 is my answer. My Y is 12. So I'm looking for my point to be -11, 12. C. That's it. That's the midterm. Great timing, guys. It's 12:41. I'm done with the midterm video. Shouts out to me. All right. That's it. Study for the midterm. If you have any questions, you have to ask me. You have to ask. If you have a question, I want you to put a big fill in the blank. A big blank question mark right beside it. So you know the next time you see me, I need to ask Ms. Davis on this. I'm expecting to get a lot of questions on midpoint because we didn't do midpoint a lot. So that's fine. Anything else? It's been a while since we talked about a lot of it. So you need to ask questions, okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye.